All right, happy Friday. This is the Ocala Real Estate Channel. We're going to be talking about, wait a second, my home is on the market and I'm not able to sell. What should I do? Like, help, I need help. What do I do? I'm trying to get my home sold. So, one thing I think we have to look at is the first thing is that there's been a change in the marketplace. That's the first thing we need to look at. Obviously, we've seen a growth in inventory, and folks that are watching this channel for the last several months, you'll know. You start watching it, you start seeing, okay, we've seen growth from about a lower 800s, sometime this spring, and then it's been climbing up, and now we're at 1871, and normal is about 3,000 properties on the market. So it's still below where it has been, but it's certainly a lot more, a lot greater. And we've seen a pretty fast increase, 2.5 times increase almost in the amount of homes on the market. And when that happens that fast, it can freak people out. So you have to be really, really careful about perspective. And the one thing I want to bring up about perspective is this. What we've seen is people might have been, let's say 6 months ago. Let's look at the spring market of 2022. And let's say you had a $300,000 home. Okay, it's absolutely worth 300,000. Maybe it was 285, and then of course multiple offers drove it to 300. So all right, going from 300, and now, okay, now we've got more competition, more inventory. Home is worth maybe about 290. You get 290 for it. So one of the things we have to understand is that you could be upset down the street, same house, maybe house a little bit inferior to yours, might have sold for a little bit more or about what you're looking for. So you think you can get more. So you have to be careful not to do what everybody has done the last couple of years, which is these are the comps. This is what the last home sold for. So let me price here. Let me go here. Let me go here. So that's what was going on, just going up last 24 months until summer of 2022, actually spring of 2022, where now we've got to be just under that. So if we're looking at a chart and a graph, we're just off the peak. Now, I don't think we're seeing a market crash, but what we do have to be mindful of is that, okay, now that same home in the example might be worth 295, but 2019, the home was worth 205. So a little bit of perspective that maybe you're not making as much as you could have if you put it on the market March of 2022, but you're still doing really well in getting your home sold. Now, something that's happened interestingly this week is that interest rates did drop a little bit, just a touch, not with the Fed. The Fed a couple of weeks ago said, okay, we're going to raise the interest rate, but mortgage rates are not directly tied to it. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens moving forward. But something to look at is interest rates going down. And I think in our Ocala, Marion County market, very, very helpful, because anytime you have that kind of thing, and that's what we've been noticing, is that the real estate market is very, very sensitive to interest rate. And that's why we've seen so much of a run up in inventory. If the interest rates went down to 2.5 to 3%, my goodness, prices would probably go up, probably get to an unattainable number. But you would see inventory drop like a rock. I'm really convinced of that. So it's going to be interesting to see what this latest change in interest rate will do. So if you're on the market now, stay patient, maybe for another week. Let's see what happens. Okay. So I'm going to do a share screen with you guys so you can take a look at, okay, this is what's on the market. Like in Marion County, just like I said before, 1,871 properties are on the market. And if we look at, let's go to the median, let's go to about 900. We look at like 900 here. Let's see. The median number. So it's going to take me some time. What we're looking at here is days on market. I want to circle this, 73, 72 days on market. Let me blow this up a little bit so you can see it, right? 72 days on market. There's 411 properties that have a larger, either been on the market for 72 days or more, which means at least this is, more than 20% of the marketplace has been on the market for more than 2 months. Now that's something we didn't see 4 months ago. So we're seeing greater days on market, which means if you're one of these people that have been on the market for quite a while, like 2-3 months, and nothing has changed. You haven't done anything to your house. You haven't upgraded it. You haven't reduced the price. Then basically you're probably going to sit on the market for a while and maybe probably what we call expire, because it doesn't look like it's going to sell unless it's a specialty home, meaning there's something really, really unique about it. It's on the water, it's golf front, something and something. Unless the market changes in a different direction, like completely different direction, because right now it's heading more towards a buyer's market. That's basically what I'm saying right at the moment. But if we look at, let's go back to 18, I'm going to this 900 mark. If we start looking at that, then now you're looking at, half the properties have been on the market for 35 days or more in Marion County, right? Like 900 plus homes have been on the market for 35 days. It just means more days on market. So when you're talking to your realtor, whoever you plan on interviewing, whoever you plan on connecting with, make sure that you are understanding the marketplace, understand, that we're probably looking at least 30 days on the market. If it gets past that 30-day mark, then you've got to look at getting to a price that's going to cause your home to sell, but only if you're motivated. I think this is a market for motivated buyers and motivated sellers. It's not for the unmotivated, because the unmotivated, you're just wasting your time, right? You're just going to sit on the market for a long period of time. An unmotivated buyer is just going to sit there and just, oh, I know prices are going to drop, so I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait. Now, recently we did a study, and if you're that buyer, by the way, that's thinking about waiting, take a look at if the market does drop by 10%, and if interest rates go up by 1%, it's pretty much a wash. So do those numbers wisely, especially if you're doing financing. If you're cash, then it doesn't matter. So if you have questions, connect with me, 352-572-3796, 352-572-3796. Leave your comments here, depending on where you are, what kind of inventory levels you're seeing, and what is, essentially, what are you seeing in your market? There's Luis. Luis, how are you doing? Good afternoon. Hope you're doing well, brother. Obviously, this is live, so that's the good thing about this. And of course, this will be posted and will come up as a recording for everybody else. So have a great weekend, everybody. If you have questions, please let me know. Take care.